All right. I'm going to keep things in the best place that I can possibly keep them. So, first of all, I wanted to say that I am impressed that the beautiful weather follows you everywhere you go. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but every single workshop, there's always beautiful weather, which is, it's incredible. I've also, been up here before, and I don't know if you, of course, you remember me, but...
we actually don't.
Oh.
But we do that on purpose. In other words, we are so eager about embracing you in your now,
cool,
that anything that was before is irrelevant.
Gotcha.
Because now your vibration is what it is in relationship to where you want to be, and that's our awareness.
I've been doing music. I just like to improv. I feel like I do what you do when I get on the piano.
Precisely.
And I sing and just improv, and I feel like I heal people with my music. And people don't even get what I'm doing until I don't do it, and then they're like, oh, wait, where is he? Because it's so weird, but, they like it. And I feel so good doing it.
I feel the same about us.
Yeah. I get it. I get what you're doing, because I feel so, like last time I was at open mic and I was doing what I was doing and I felt so good. It was like such ecstasy just to be able to connect with people and to have that moment where like you just know what to say, you just know what to sing, you just feel it in your soul.
I want to give you something here because we hear people say that phrase often, connect with people. And if you're hearing us, and you are, then you're realizing that your connection is with your source, and their connecting with you will be up to them. Because you don't want to work too hard to connect with people because they might not be where you want to be.
True, but so what I was really feeling is I was connecting with my source.
There you go.
And it felt so good.
Yeah.
And I get what you feel because but it was in front of people. But even when I'm not in front of people, when I'm by myself and I do my piano thing, I get to that point and I surprise myself. I'm like, wow, that was amazing what I just did, even though nobody heard it besides me. But
now you're forgetting about all of us again.
Which is okay, I guess.
Don't discount the non-physical who is aware of you. In other words, you said nobody heard it.
Oh, yeah.
We not only heard it, we helped it, we inspired it, we co-created with you about it. We're all in it together with you on it.
Which is
right. Finally, let's get here.
Sex.
No, not there. No.
Because I get you're always with us, but then when it comes to sex, it's like you're watching. So it's especially like when you're by yourself. You're with your thoughts, and then suddenly you're like, oh, Abraham's there. So like,
All of the beautiful things about your world, and there are far more things that we are intimate with you about other than sex that we would think that would be on your
But it's such a big thing. Like for me, like it's like I want to, like this feeling, like what we feel right now. Like I feel like we've raised the vibration into a better place, and I want to keep it here.
Are you asking what is the perspective of, are you asking, in other words, the whole last segment, as we were talking about you discovering that high-flying disc, and we were likening you getting there and consistently maintaining it, and the good feeling that you feel and the positive results that come from that as being like your inner being who is aware of you, and how wonderful it is to be in that place where you are
exactly
where you are
you
able
feel this
where you are able to see without judgment. You see, that's the thing that's interesting about that. So much of your physical rhetoric has done such a number on that subject of sexuality that it's a rare human that even gets what that's all about.
And I've wanted to talk to you about this for so long.
It's so interesting because it is the very mechanism by which you continue to be, and it is the most damned and cursed and misunderstood function of...
And we never talk about it. And I just keep wanting to talk about it with you because people... I think we're going to places where thought hasn't been before. in terms of this subject.
Well, we would like to take it away from words just a little bit, and which is odd since we offer so many of them. But when we're talking about emotion, we're talking about vibrational awareness. And there is so much about your physical experience that is a physical experience that you are feeling that does not have to be described in words. Your words often detract from your alignment rather than enhance your alignment. And there are a lot of things like physical comfort, physical sensuality, physical sexuality that in other words, when you eat something that is delicious, do you really need to describe it? Are you always writing a travel brochure for someone? Or can you just enjoy it because it tastes good? In other words, your desire to communicate with others is a hindrance to your own alignment. Your desire to care what others think is a hindrance to your alignment. Most people who want to have this conversation about sex with us, and we've had it on many occasions, you say we don't talk about it. We've talked a lot about it because there's often someone in the chair who wants to talk about it. But very often it's because they're wanting to promote something. They're wanting somebody else to see it in the way they do. They're wanting to get some group consensus about it. And can you feel how in this gathering we've sort of moved past that? We're moving. We are eager about, as humans, eager about participating with others for the purpose of inspiring the new idea, but not needing the consensus or the vote or the approval of the masses in order to understand our own personal power. You don't need, not one other needs to understand what you understand. You can have your own alignment with your own source, and you can take pleasure from your own thoughts moving into those new places without others ever coming around to it at all. Don't let the flawed premise of needing masses to stay up to speed with your leading edge thought keep you from having your leading edge thought. That's really the discussion that this is about. That's what causes science to move so slow. Lots of scientists get inspiration, but because they can't fill in all the gaps between what science now is accepting as reality and what their new thought is, then they don't go where there are so many places that you could experience in joy if you just didn't need to round everybody else up and take them with you.
I really enjoy the clothing, your style. I think that you started wearing colors, and I like that a lot. You know, I think it's refreshing, and I really appreciate you for getting past Jerry, and I know that was hard.
You didn't get past. Are you speaking
still,
to Esther now?
I'm speaking
because we don't care what she wears.
Well, I like it. I like that you're able to go on, because I know that being attached to a person and then having to let go of them in a way is
She didn't
difficult.
let go of him. She just came to understand him in a different way. Which is the whole point of everything that we're talking about here. In other words, you are eternal. And everything that we've been talking about here today is a little bit about what you're speaking of also here.
I just want to raise the vibration.
In that so many people are... everything that you've said and everything that we've said is pointing toward this leading edge understanding. And that is that as much as you are mixing it up with one another, never have you intended any dependency on others. And yet humans seem to be continually looking for opinions in order to shore up their confidence about where they stand. And we've been teasing with you all for a while that it's like looking for love in all the wrong places. That
right.
When you realize that the resonance that you're reaching for is with Source and that it's always there for you. And that's something that Esther came to understand as a result of Jerry making this transition. She didn't realize how much of her well-being was because she just had something pleasant to focus on all the time. She didn't realize, and there isn't anything wrong with having something pleasant to focus upon all the time. We are really encouraging it. We just want you to understand that you have resources that for the most part you don't tap into if you can lean in other ways on other ones. And so this step 4 that we're talking about is, you were source energy, you came into this body, you mixed it up, you asked for more, you became more, and now you, in a sustained way, are remaining more. And now from that place of true empowerment, now you're beginning to project your thoughts. That's the leading edge